Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. So the New York starting five. We've got Jalen Brunson. Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Bridges in at the 2. Now here's Williamson. Yes, that goes in. And do you figure, Tim, we're at that point in the season now where we can really evaluate who the top teams are?
Well, Kevin, I don't think there's any question about it. There are a handful of teams we knew coming into the season would be at the top. But now, as you look, there are additional teams starting to open our eyes, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the trade deadline to see who can make a move to close that gap at the top.
And one of the beauties of an 82-game schedule, right? You have a long time to prove yourself.
No doubt about it. There are phases to an NBA season. We're about to enter the most important one.
Now, here's Anunoby. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Out to Brunson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
And in the past few years, Brunson's percentages from the corner has been outstanding, well above league average.
Here's Fears. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Fears with it. Brunson covering. A nice shot by Fears.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Here's Towns. It's hauled in by Queen. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations, so many great veterans to learn from, and a Hall of Fame coach.
Now here's Brunson. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. Bridges shot. Good.
Yeah, Bridges has been experimenting with his motion recently, but when it works, it works.
To the wing right side. Williamson against Hart. Clock at 4. And that one's good, Williamson. Williamson's got 6.
That is exactly where Williamson is unstoppable.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. For the Knicks, Robinson comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Mikal Bridges. Here's Brunson. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Down low. A slam dunk by Robinson.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to Phoenix.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Yeah, these games come down to making big plays in big spots, and they just didn't make enough of those.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific, 79% as a team.
And the first one drops. GA, the Pelicans reshaping this roster, but plenty of long-term Pels still in the lineup.
Kevin, continuity matters. They've got talent, chemistry, and have weathered the storms together. Now, can they make some real headway?
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Bay comes in for Herbert Jones. And Poole subbed in for Fears. And a hard-nosed defensive identity for this Knicks. But GA, there's been some slippage.
Well, the challenge has been their two best offensive players get targeted at the other end. The adage, you're only as strong as your weakest link, it has some truth to it.
Pass to Bay. Here's Queen. Guarded by Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. Near the three-point line, it's Poole. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Clarkson kicks to Brunson. Hart the pass to Clarkson. Brunson with a clean look. Misses the three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Poole against Brunson. Kicks it out to Williamson. Plays it up and banks it in. Williamson's got 8 points.
And that's where Zion wants the ball. And it's important his teammates get it to him there.
Brunson outside. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. New York needs to get off a shot. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Knicks lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
And New York, looking at who they've got, sharing the perimeter spots, it's Clarkson and Bridges. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Diawara in at the 4. The Knicks leading by 4. So, Tim, you ended your NBA career a little bit early because of knee problems, and at 34, you made the transition to broadcasting, and it excelled so much. What has that journey been like?
Well, certainly, Kevin, I wish I could have played another handful of years, but you're right. The knee injury forced me into this line of work, and I'm blessed and grateful because I can stay connected to the game. I get to watch it every night with a front row seat, and hopefully I get to make people a little bit smarter about what they're watching.
Oh, you do, believe me, you definitely do. Now here's Bay, still without a basket. A drive by Poole, and out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Towns, he's checked in for New York. OG Anunoby comes in for Clarkson, and so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And one of those high-variance teams, at times the Pelicans seem like a factor, but other times they falter. How do you evaluate them?
Yeah, they certainly have some top-tier talent at the top of the roster, but they've had a very difficult time staying healthy, and ultimately that always interrupts your momentum.
It sure does.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Karl-Anthony Towns. Averaging about 22 points per, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does a great job of just attacking the glass, really determined to track it down.
Well, he understands his role. He's one of their enforcers, but he also helps them win the battle of possessions.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to McBride. Now Robinson. Towns in the corner. 6 to shoot. And he drives in, and the dunk by Towns.
Just so fluid with the ball in his hands. Towns capable of driving right around you.
The offensive skill set for Karl-Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
Now here's Towns. And Anunoby finds Bridges. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. 3-pointers off the mark. Pelicans trail by 6. Over to the wing. Now here's Bey. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line.
Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Well, he saw the opportunity, and he went for it. I love his competitiveness.
Now, here is Robinson. Here's Towns. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
He was extremely sharp at the free throw line in their last outing.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Queens checked in. And Trey Murphy subbed in for Jordan Poole. The free throw drops for Towns.
And one of the game's elite shooters, and Towns' sweet stroke definitely extends to the free throw line.
Here's Williamson, a 3-ball. It's rebounded by New York. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
And the fact that they did all of that on the road was really impressive.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. OG Anunoby is so disruptive. He's led the league in steals. And he said, I want to be the Defensive Player of the Year. I've always thought I was the best defender in the league. I'm athletic enough, strong enough, and smart enough to defend every single position. Back to you.
Very confident. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. Here's Shaman. The Pelicans make their last shot. That one goes. Count it.
Just a reflexive move by Brunson, putting complete trust in his mechanics.
Williamson with a screen for Fears. Pass to Queen. Williamson against Yabusele. And it's Williamson missing. The Knicks leading by 7. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brunson scanning the floor, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Floats it up for Williamson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. New York ahead, leading by 5. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
I'm here with James Borrego. Coach, you're hanging in there despite the subpar shooting from your team. What will it take to win this game?
Same resiliency. We just got to keep fighting one possession at a time, find a group with great energy. We got to make some shots here. We haven't scored the ball so far this game, but still got a lot of time.
Thank you, Coach.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
And that game against the Bulls, I know they're technically underdogs, but they don't think that. They think they're coming out with a W, man.
A positive group with a lot of confidence. And looking back at the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Pelicans.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint. And you know I love that.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know what? I played with Akeem, too. I liked it.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. Zion Williamson with a strong contribution so far, guys, in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
And you are going to see this defense now switch things up against him, but he has the skill set to counter that.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. Leading by 5. Jones and Williamson in at the forward position. Trey Murphy is out there with Fears. And it's Queen in at the center position. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. The second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus minus, give me that group of 5 plus minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the 3, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Pass to Fears. Hard against Williamson. There's the 3. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, I love when Williamson shows this kind of effort on the glass. He is capable of wreaking havoc when he wants to.
Towns, the screen. Brunson kicks to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jordan Clarkson.
And you can never fully predict these long-term trends, but it's apparent that the production has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
Here's Fears. He has 6. Inside. Here's Williamson. Brunson with some nice D.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
Here's Towns. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Queens got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, after nailing the first 3 out of the break, you can give him a pass for not making that one as well.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. Well, this Knicks team has grit. Jalen Brunson said, quote, no matter what the situation is, we are going to attack it. No matter who's in front of us, we are going to grind. Back over to you, Kevin.
No quit. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Pelicans trail by 12. Fears with it. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Jones, that's for 2. Money from the wing. And so it's New York with it. Trey Murphy, and you can make the case for this, Tim, has been the Pelicans' most consistent player. Would you agree?
I totally agree with that, Kevin. He's gone well beyond the 3-and-D blueprint. He's got that sneaky bounce that can put you on a highlight reel.
And you look at his face, he never changes expression, does he? But boy, is he focused, and he is zeroed in.
So stoic, but so good.
Well said. He's off on the first.
And one area where Brunson's improved is in the clutch. He's a monster in crunch time. Nice to have a player you can depend on in those key situations.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Dave's checked in. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. He hits the second from the line. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Queen can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 11. Brunson, left side. Hart the pass to Robinson. Now Brunson, defended by Jones. Shot clock at 5. And it's Towns missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Pass to Queen. And Trey Murphy gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
A different look for New York. Cordy's checked in, and it's Clarkson in for Hart. The Knicks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. McBride finds Clarkson. Robinson a screen on Poole. And finished off by Robinson.
Nice job by Clarkson moving the ball there. His coaches would like to see a little more of that.
And it's Poole with the ball for the Pelicans. Trailing by 13. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Clarkson looking for an opening. Here's the 3. It doesn't go for him. And so it's New York, 13 points up at the end of the period. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, right there, he wasn't a ball stopper. He kept his eyes up and his options open.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's McBride in at the 1 spot. Pass to Clarkson. Outside, Towns. No good from outside. Pelicans trail by 13. Now Alvarado. Here's Messi.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's McBride. Towns down low. Working on Williamson. Towns with the bucket.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
To the left side wing. Williamson outside. Pass to Messi. And he banks in the layup.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And the dunk by Towns.
Plenty of power on that slam. Towns was not messing around.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Queens checked in. Jones comes in for Sadiq Bey. Trey Murphy's checked in for Poole. And Fears is subbed in for Jose Alvarado. And then for New York, Josh Hart, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Bridges comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Miles McBride. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I was able to listen in on what James Borrego was going over with his team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Towns outside. Missed on the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now Williamson, Towns with the steal. And here we go, the fast break. Brunson's got it. Hard outside. Now Towns. And stolen by Williamson. And there's the three.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
New York leading by 8. Brunson up top. Good. Brunson, no fear down low.
This is the player that Brunson has become. He's capable of carrying the load offensively on any given night.
Now Williamson. So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would have an edge. But I don't know if we're seeing that as much now. What do you think?
Well, I think you used to see a lot more continuity with rosters across a number of years. But nowadays, much shorter contracts means you have teams that evolve and change more regularly than ever before.
Almost feels like you got to be more nimble as a franchise than ever before.
You absolutely have to have much more forethought because you keep these groups together for a shorter period of time. And when healthy, Zion Williamson remains an intriguing and remarkably explosive talent. The key moving forward is just consistently being available to play.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Well, that's the problem, playing catch-up at the end. Every point matters, but at least it wasn't an empty trip.
And he gets that one to go.
Playing bigger than he looks. Brunson has a lot of heart.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Jones outside. Williamson in the post. Defended by Hart. Cleared away by Hart. The Knicks leading by 11. Now Brunson. Towns outside. Anunoby up top. 3 on the clock. Bridges. He got it right before the clock ran out.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Knicks.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Brunson.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
And that one drops.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Making the right pass is the first thing on Poole's mind. He wants to be the floor general.
McBride with the ball. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
We played like we wanted it more. We came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensively, it was more defensively. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We could see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.